All right, we're live, and I'm playing around with this device called the Distiller One, and this is basically a streamlined, tiny AI device. And if you are familiar with building any products in the AI space, you are probably familiar with some of the Raspberry Pi devices. And as you realize, and when you start to put these devices together, they get really clunky pretty fast. And one of the interesting devices that I was able to find online was this one called the Distiller One from this company. And these guys are two guys who started this little project. And what's really cool about it is basically they've streamlined this whole process of like the chip. So the entire board and everything is all like in this like one chip, and it's custom designed by them. And what's cool about it is that I basically reached out to them online a while back when I first saw their product because they were demonstrating an e-ink display. And the e-ink display was doing these really cool things where it's basically this little pocket device. And then they were kind of flipping through and showing you that basically this little device can run a language model on it. And I was like, whoa, so you can actually run a language model on this entire device with an e-ink display. And so I actually have it right here in my hands. And so this is the actual display component. And then the battery is literally like right here in my hands. And then this actually comes together with a very special like 3D printed type of thing as we have down here. So basically today, what we're going to go ahead and do is just assemble this device because what ended up happening is I received my unit and then I received like an update for the board. And so I'm just going to take this apart. I've already started to take this apart because this is a little fragile here and kind of put it together, and we should be able to have what we have here on this left-hand side that I'm showing here on the onboarding type of thing. So join me as we'll be doing this. And if you're definitely following along on X, feel free to drop any comments. I'll be able to feature them here. So if you just say hello, I'll be able to put your comments up. And this is basically going to be a live Q&A. And this is going to be kind of like a longer stream than usual because we're just going to be hanging out, basically like hanging in someone's garage, building this type of stuff. So without further ado, I think I'm just going to get started with the build out here. So what I have here is the older board. And as we can see, it has a little camera here on the side. I'm going to see if I could try to talk and do this at the same time because I have like a little microphone set up. And I also have my computer screen here. So yeah, so I have this component here, and then this is the camera, as you can see there. And then this is the e-ink display. And so I somehow have to get this display unhooked here and removed from this guy, and then I'll figure out how to get the rest of it going. So, but this is the other board I'm going to be basically replacing it with. And yeah, so stay tuned. This is going to be really fun. So let me see if I can get some music going too, just kind of get the mood lifted here. So playlist, play. Let's see how we chill. Hopefully the music's coming through. If not, we're just gonna chill. But yeah, drop any comments. Let's get this going. This is gonna be really fun. Whoops. Yo, my bad. Actually, I'm gonna move my keyboard. I have my keyboard here. This is kind of my setup right here, basically. This is my desk, and we're really like literally watching the stream, so we're chilling. Super chilling. Whoops. I'll kind of move this here. Yo. I also have to do the dramatic music for effect, of course. All right, cool. So I sort of have to like look over the camera and do this here. I also don't have all of the normal tools I'm used to because I kind of decided to do this at the last minute. So just a heads up, we're just kind of playing around here. And for those that are just tuning in, basically just taking apart the older device that I had here. And then I'm going to be swapping out the parts and putting it with this guy here. So I have to basically remove like the speaker unit from this device. And then this is what's going to be plugged in over here. And then this is the like basically the brains of it here. And then this is the display that we're gonna have to take apart as well. So let's see if I could do this. Yes. I'm gonna reduce my head size here. Doesn't have to be that big. Cool. Yo. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is going to save the camera part for the sort of last step. Okay, so now this guy's taken apart. I should be able to, of course my camera turns off, so I'm going to see if I can turn this thing back on again. Webcam, please. Okay, cool. And so I should be able to remove this unit up here and just pull it straight out, I think. Just kind of try to inspect this here. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this spudger and just create a little gap, because according to the old board here, I should just be able to kind of put stuff here and just kind of wiggle it out to get things going. It's really interesting here. Let's see. Seems legit. Yep. Let's go. Cool, so I still have the Eink display on the old unit, so that's going to be over here chilling. And then on this new unit, this will be this guy. I'm going to put this guy over here so we just kind of remember. So we got speaker, we got camera, and then let's take a look at this display. I think, did they use double-sided tape to do this? I'm going to remove the flex cable here on the bottom. That's this guy. Put this guy over here. Yeah. Actually, I should probably move my camera and stuff here. Yeah, it's kind of a little awkward. Trying to do this live stream. This is a little bit interesting. I've never done this before, so this is kind of fun. Oh, yo, VM, what's up? What's happening? Appreciate you tuning in. I also appreciate the comments. It's just so fun to see people dropping comments and dropping love and stuff like that. So, what are you building? So check this out. I am building the Distiller One. So that's that guy there, and I think that's that guy over there. And so it's basically this guy. And let me see if I could pull up the specs and stuff, because there was some cool stuff on Twitter that I posted a while back that that talked about the Distiller One. Also, how's the microphone? How's the levels and stuff? I was just kind of curious to see. Can you hear me? Is everything Gucci? Like how are we rolling and stuff like that? So let's see. Fixed audio. Awesome. Let's see. Distiller One. DISTIL1. Oh yeah. So actually there's a cool post from this other person here. You'll see. So that's basically this device. This person received their device, and You know, when I Google this, or when I actually look up Distiller One on online, this is kind of, you know, I get all these like stuff with drinking. Basically, it's these guys, Pamir AI. Let me see if I can make the screen bigger a little bit, just so y'all can see. So this is the device that I'm basically putting together. I'm replacing the board on my unit, and the new board has some upgraded features. And basically, it's just a Eink display, as you can see here. And this is the display. The display, I think this prototype here was from April, and they definitely have more stuff. Oh, Gary Tan commented, "Let's go." I wonder if you may introduce. Okay. Oh, I see. Exactly. This is a 1Pi, 2 cracked engineers get it done. Yeah, I actually got to meet these guys in person. So I actually have a video dropping probably in the coming week, where I do like the unboxing of this actual unit, the one that I'm taking apart right now. And I'll basically show you my interaction. But basically, yeah, it looks like they have GPT-4, a game engine and stuff. Let me see if I can play this. Can it play? Yeah, so they have this thing here. And
I want to play a game in the Star Wars universe. I'm a space fleet captain.
So basically the voice picks it up and then like starts to generate the image. And so that's running a diffusion model on the device itself. And so the device itself is actually drawing the image, and you're basically playing a game with the device, just kind of handheld. So imagine being on an airplane with no internet connection and just like talking to the device or just doing whatever. And then what's also cool is, I don't know if they demo it, but they actually have a camera on it. And so the camera draws images.
I just blew up a planet using my laser from my space fleet.
So they're speeding. I think there's, I don't know if there's, no, that's drawn in real time. Thank you, Via. Yeah, I think that's the demo. Yeah, so that's these guys. They're so cool. They have a pre-order, and I think their pre-order is already sold out. Yeah. There's people who orders. But these guys are, I met them in real person, and they are cracked AF, like really for real. And what's really fancy about, not even fancy, I think it's just next level, is the fact that they've been able to make their custom design of the board. And what that does is it slims things down, because you see with like these Raspberry Pi ones that you get right off the shelf, everyone who's like building an SF right now are using these guys to build their prototypes. But what you actually need are like actual hardware engineers to design the board and get them made literally in China. And that's basically what they've done. Not only are they, one of them is really good as a hardware engineer, like cracked hardware engineer for real, with lots of experience. The other guy is really good at software. So it's just like the best of both worlds. And I'm like super excited about them. And I'm just super happy to have one of these devices. Hey Flo, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Bon après-midi, comment ça va? Like, how are you doing? I don't even speak French. I'm just trying to read it using my Spanish voice. Très bien, merci. Très bien. I don't know how to say that. It's cool. So yeah, these guys actually showed up at like one of the build places in San Francisco, where people are hacking and building hardware. And basically they just gave them the Rabbit R1 and just said, hey, can we trade you? I don't want this Rabbit R1 anymore. I just want to like build with your device. And that's how awesome it is. And here's another demo basically showing this. And what else are they showing here? This is pretty cool. Yeah. And this is actually them putting together my device that I basically the one that they gave me. So they had to go custom machine and make this like heat sink, basically what you see here for this guy. And so they had to machine it by hand. All of this stuff is still made by hand. It's totally like prototype. As you can see, I'm like the founder's edition. So I was probably like one of the first ones to order like ASAP. So they have some custom firmware written so that when it boots up, it has this cool loading display. So I'll be able to show you that when we get this thing booted. So basically that's what I'm doing. I'm swapping out the version 0.5 board to the version 0.6 board, which is the one that's here in my head right now. And so we're doing that. Yeah. So this is pretty cool. I just thought it would be kind of fun to kind of take you through it as well. Yeah. I guessed it right with the what the language is saying based off of the Romance languages and stuff. Cool. Yeah, no, I appreciate the love. I love that everyone's kind of just hanging out here on a Saturday and just chilling with me. And I feel like there were people in my life who helped me as I got to just sit with them to learn how to build things, just like we're seeing here in this video. So if you're around people who are doing cool stuff, you get to kind of learn just by sitting around. So I thought, well, I could do this without the camera, but why not just turn on the camera and just hang out and then make it super interactive so that anyone who wants to comment can just comment and do whatever. And so I got my whole lights and stuff all set up. So yeah, we got like a full-fledged studio. If you can kind of see, like I have like official lights and everything. Yeah, this is it's going down. It's really like real major here. Yeah, and I also have like like microphones and it's like we fancy up in here. Okay, so yeah, and there's just I don't know. Let's just chill. Let's chill and hang out and ask whatever questions you want. And we're going to build. Let's build. Yeah, let me get some more music up in here. So I have this audio from, I think we could, yeah, it could be super dramatic. All right, cool. Actually, I'm going to do some a little bit chill. Let's see, can I play some lo-fi chill? Yeah, let's do this. Yeah. Cool. Back to building. So I have to figure out how to take this e-ink display off and then put it on the new guy. So far I've taken the camera off and I've got the unit with the speaker on it on top. We're going to be doing this here. Let's get it. Actually, let me move my keyboard. Okay, let's see. I think I got this guy off. Oh, cool. Well, that came up a lot easier than I was expecting. Dang. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the e-ink display. This is super fun. Can you believe how thin this e-ink display is? I've seen them on devices, but I don't think can y'all see this? This is crazy. Like, look how thin that is. Like the board, it's almost as thin as the board. In fact, it's like thinner. So if you ever see an e-ink display in real life, you probably should just appreciate how thin it is and like what it's actually doing. So these e-ink displays are basically, I forget what they call, like refractive or something. So they put the ink onto the display, and in order for you to see it, light has to actually bounce off of it so that you can see. That's how they can have the device off and like leave the ink up there, and it could last forever because, once it's kind of like actual ink, when you write it on a paper, you have to have light, light has to refract back. So this is kind of the technology here. So yeah, this is the guy who's actually on my thing. So dang, this is awesome. Okay, so this will go here. And what they did, I wonder if I need to transfer these little, you know what? I think oh, it's a one-sided sticky tape. I'm going to see if I could transfer these two. It'll be kind of janky, but we'll figure it out. So I got the e-ink display. I'm going to put this over here. Hope I don't short circuit anything. This is totally whatever. But yeah, we get to learn together. Thanks for chilling. I don't know if this adhesive, I have double-sided sticky tape that's super duper sticky. I'm so torn. Let's see. Yo, I think we got this. All right. I gotta hit up my homies too to let them know I'm live. I totally forgot about that. I usually do that. So let me get that going. Also, if you're on X, definitely hit the like button, retweet, let people know we're building. We're doing the thing out here. I really appreciate it, actually. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the thing. We're gonna do this dizzle. Okay, let's see if I can post this to my friends. Paste. Go. Okay, cool. Yeah. I think we're also live on YouTube. Yeah, we got the whole thing. We got YouTube, whatever you're at. Also, drop the comments. I'll slide you right in like this. Appreciate all the love. So my music stops. I'm going to see if I can play some more stuff. Can I play some more? Yeah. Doing the chill beats. So if you're tuning in right now, I'm basically reassembling this device here from the Pamir AI folks. So I got my hands on this fancy Distiller One thing, and I got myself a new shipment of the board. And so when it's all put together, it'll look something like this, which would be kind of cool. And just y'all are just kind of hanging along with me as I kind of do this little build out while I sort the board, and we're just appreciating really cool design today. I feel like just waking up, playing with some tech, getting our hands a little bit dirty with the hardware. And this is like not an official ESD safe, but we'll figure it out. This is all I got right now. My other stuff is still on the way. But if you have any questions, definitely feel free to drop the comments. I'll be sliding you in, like my friends VM. Got my friend Flo. Thank y'all for tuning in. Keep it live, my friends. Keep it live. Yo. Should I do like the Bob Ross voice where we're just, today, friends, we're going to paint mountains. We're going to go on a magical journey today. I don't have the fro, but we're chilling. All right, kids. So this display is about to go down. And then we connect the flex back in here. Then we're about to be Gucci. We go from the V5, I think. Yeah, I think this is the V5. No, V0.6. So I think this is the... Yeah, I think this is still 0.6 over here, but this is the new. This is that new. All right, I'm gonna put you over here on the side real quick. Let's go. We Gucci, fam. So I should be able to just snap this back on. And then we're going to slide the camera back on over here. And then the fun part is like basically putting this back into here once we get it all going. And then connecting the battery as we do. And then booting up the unit. Yeah. I think we're snapped in. Think about it. I should have did the display second. I think we're good, fam. I think if I just plug it in, I think it should turn on at this point without this guy connected. Oh, and then my camera unit won't be on, but let's plug in the camera unit. Yes. I think we got it. So I think what I should do is plug this bad boy in. Got some cables all over the place. Let's see if she'll turn on. Oh, my camera's turning off. 1 second. I'll see if I have enough juice. Yeah, I don't think I have enough juice. Let me get some more juice. Well, actually, the fact that it's getting power, it's a good sign, I think. And then the fan's trying to spin up. Ooh, look at this. Yo, let's get it. Wow. Okay, the little buttons here. I got this speaker. Actually, that's not a speaker, that's a fan. I'm a big fan. Okay, the buttons over here. This little button clicky. Yes, I hear the clicks. And then these guys click too. Let's go. That's how I know. Okay, we're good. All right, let me get some real power up in here. All right, let's get this. I don't know if I got it to boot. It's probably expecting the battery to be in there, I think. Oh, I see the fan spinning. Let's see. Or I could have shorted it out. I don't know. That's also true. I probably did. Let me just connect the battery thing. here spinning up. I wonder if I have to reseat the display connection because this thing, I don't know. I'm gonna text my friends. I think I killed the unit. We'll see. All right, let's get some other music in here. Got to get some. Yup, it's shorted. Ha, damn it. Yeah. So yeah, okay. There goes the new board. Damn it. Okay. So confirmed. I shorted the board. Yeah. Ugh. I guess here's the thing. I was so excited to play with this stuff that I kind of went crazy. And I thought, oh, maybe I could just a lot of this stuff is so like electrostatic sensitive, and I think the unit doesn't have the capacitors and the various ESD things that need to be in there to be like, you know, completely free from shock. So just basically just me brushing up and doing the things here causes like the unit to short out. So just FYI. So it's likely that probably even the old board shorted out just by the mere fact of me just kind of taking everything apart and then putting this stuff back on. I guess I could just power it on and see if it just turns on. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll see. But yeah, my friends will be visiting, I think, next week or so. So I'll get to say hello, and they may bring another board with them or not. But yeah, I was just basically experimenting at this point. So for those, I guess, who are just tuning in, kind of figuring out what's going on here, I was playing around with this Distiller One unit. And so I decided to take it apart because I got a new board. Is the old board blinking too? I don't think so. Let me see if I can plug it in. No, I think actually the old board's still good. Old board is Gucci. Ah, okay. Yeah, so the old board is still good. Maybe I could plug in the old board. I could show you. But yeah, basically I disassembled the old board, plugged in the new board, and maybe in the process I possibly shorted it out because the lights are blinking like it's dead type of thing. So since I still have the old board and it turns on, I think I'm gonna try to see if I can. Yeah, let me see if I could try to just turn it on. Yeah, we're good. Cool. Got some power. It's got an OS to it. It's got Wi-Fi's. I think actually I should be able to SSH into it if I see it on my network. So I'm just gonna turn this guy off. Okay, so my old board's still good. Old board is good. Cool. And yeah, I was basically trying to assemble this device and I may have shorted it out or something. Oh, yeah, it still has power. Interesting. Well, I don't know. Who knows? Let me try again. Could just be user error. Oh no, we're good. I think it just needed like a... Yo, I think we good. Yo, we're good. Haha. My bad. I was not patient enough. We good. Shoot, this is awesome. I guess I did not short it out. Yo, this is like the coolest thing ever. Yo, we out here, fam. We are out here. All right, Yo, we're in the operating system. We're in the engine. Yo, this is so sick. All right. Oh my God, this is awesome. So let me put this battery thing. Yeah, I know. It says LOL what? Yeah, for real. Yeah, I got the fan going. Let me unplug this guy. So technically, I should still be on battery. Yeah, it basically should turn off. Yeah, this thing's off now. Sort of. I guess I just needed more juice. Yo, this is so crazy. Okay, so basically it's on. So I swapped the boards and it actually looks like it is working. I just wasn't patient enough or something. So, okay, everything's plugged in. As you saw, it was working. Let me put this back in here. Let me put this little battery cradle on it so that it doesn't flip out on me. I don't remember how this was set up, but we'll figure this out. That looks like a speaker or something. Yeah, that looks about right. Ooh, that's in there pretty good. So this is custom 3D printed. Let's go. Isn't that crazy? Yo, this is so fun. I think I got it together. Now I just need to screw these guys. But before I do that, let me plug it back in. Actually, let me just screw it in while I'm here. Screw it. See, there's a camera module over here. Yo, this is pretty fly. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, thanks for the thumbs up. Oh, I didn't see the previous questions. VM, what did you ask? I don't think, the only thing I have last from you, VM, is this one. I didn't see this. Oh, looks great. My board just came in, seems to have V1 software, only has ebook and diffusion. Gotcha. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I saw your post, Waferbron or something like that. Let's see. Oh, I see. You said you only have, my board just came in, only has ebook and diffusion. Yeah, mine has ebook diffusion. I think I have, oh, I see you don't have Soul in the other one. Okay. Let's play around. I think because, did you get the Founder edition? Let's see, I'm turning mine's on right now. So the way I think, yeah, I see the one light, and then I should be able to see another light up here that turns on. I have to hold it for so many seconds. Yeah, here we go. I think it's turning on now. Maybe I have to hold it for longer. 1, 2, 3. That or just the board is... Let's see. No? Okay. Oh, I see. Printing a red case. My case came broken, so they gave me STL files to make a new case. Ah. I have a 001 or like order 001. Ah, I see. That's cool. Yeah. How did you find out about this project? I found out about it through a friend who went to an event, and then I saw that, and then I think I posted it on Twitter and stuff. Just curious. Let me see. I think I might have to replug this thing in here. So. Let me reboot this guy. Oh, okay. VM. Please DMAD VM. I think either that or I should be able to see this little LED at the top blink. Oh, here you go. Yep, it should be on now. See it booting at the top. Then it kind of turns off. Interesting. Let me see if I can get this back on. Here we go. It blinks and turns off. There must be something going on with the thermals. Also, my battery board is V3, so my battery does not work at all. USB only. I found out about it only by lurking on Twitter and immediately sort of fell in love with it. It's what Rabbit should have been. Yes. Oh my God, yes. Yes. I feel like finally some people have made the thing that we should be tinkering with, and this is it. What I like about it is that it's just so streamlined, if you know what I mean. I think it's booting now. Maybe not. Yeah. So I had issues with my battery as well, and I spoke with them, and they're basically, I think, gonna have like a new battery for me or something like that that has like a specific sensor so that it can stay on and so forth. But right now, basically, it's just plug-in only, which is cool for me. I mean, I just want to dev on it, so that's what's cool. And this new board, I think, has all the latest like sensors and things, so I should be able to like map it in the X, Y, Z axis, which would be kind of fun. And then it has like other sensor capability, which would be chill. Yeah, definitely send the DMs and stuff. Yes, this temperature sensor. That's cool. For sure. Yeah. So for those who are just tuning in, and what we're talking about is basically we're playing around with the Distiller One. Distiller One. And what I've done so far is I swapped the old board with the new board, and that included like taking it apart, put all the batteries and stuff. I was able to get it to boot, but I somehow can't get power to the unit right now, and it's possible that I may have caused a short or something. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. I think this is the boot sequence, I hope. Yeah. I have like an intermittent boot issue. It's possible I just need to leave it plugged in. So the ability to SSH straight into makes it amazing for indie dev. The camera in painting is slow, but cool locally. Reminds me of Game Boy camera. Actually, that's what it does remind me of. Let me see if I can get... I'm trying to see if I can get this guy to boot, because I want to show you some of this capabilities that I've been playing around with. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I can't get the power to stay on. Definitely looks like it's getting some power, and it blinks off and on. Okay, I get this. This looks pretty good. Let's see if I can get this one to turn on. Okay, this is turning on. I feel the fan. Here we go. Yep. Here we go. Yeah. This is going to be awesome. Cool. Yeah, it's possibly just my USB sources. I don't know. Is the USB power too low? I don't think so. I thought it was, but it could just be finicky. So right now the device is booting. Let's go here. Full device. Yeah. So I just had issues turning it on. So I should be able to go up and down. Yeah, here we go. So I want to do camera paint. And if I select this guy, basically it's going to load the app. And what's cool about it is what you'll see. And I have a camera here and I have a camera here. And I'll try to show you once the app loads, about how we can take a photo and stuff. Love the vibes. Yo, so basically, new picture in Paint. So, wow. I'm trying to think about when I took that picture. New picture. I don't remember taking a picture. Hi, Ray. Chip is shorted, and that's why it's flashing. Okay. Yeah. So my chip is shorted. So I have some weird intermittent issues, but we'll see. So right now, if you can kind of see on this display, I should be, yeah, this is me. Yeah. Okay. I guess the lights are too bright. Let me see if I can, oh, here we go. Oh. Let me turn down the lights. This is bright AF. Is this better? Oh, the detail gets better once it's low contrast just for seed. Okay, got you. So it's funny because I'm taking a photo through looking at you, looking at me. Let me see if I could turn this down. Turn off my lights. Then we won't have this cool. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is much better. I think this is really crazy. Let's see, this way. Oh, no, this way more. Yes. I think it's this button. Whoops. Oh, no, that's preview. I think I forget which button it is, the down button or something like that. Oh, okay, cool. So there it is. It's so crazy, right? It's basically you hit the button and it takes the photo, and it basically looks like, yo, this is pretty wild. It for me, it reminds me of a Polaroid where you take the photo and it just has to paint it. You know, I think it's so cool. Let's see, wafer speed. Yeah, the contrast will be higher on the photo taken. It's brighter due to the ink refreshing. That's right. So the e-ink has to, on a normal display, it will usually on iPhone, 60 hertz or so. So those little pixels will change every so often. What the ink display does not change that fast. So they do a technique where they basically only show half as many pixels or less just to show you a preview. And so when you take the little photo, all of that stuff is stored and then they just redraw it in a better resolution and stuff like that. So it looks like I might have accidentally shorted the circuit by misaligning the speaker. The back of the speaker is metal and it can short the PCB. Oh, I see. Didn't realize that. Oh, maybe that's why sometimes it turns on and doesn't, depending on what's going on. Okay. So what's cool about the photograph is that I can do display. And if I hit this one, it should turn on. So the display should be able to show me different photographs in Paint. Display, new picture. So I could do an in Paint. Maybe display. So the other photo is the other photo I took while I was playing around with the software out in the cafeteria. So I think in Paint should allow me to select something with my face and then change the photograph. So this is kind of interesting. Let's see. Let's play some more beats. Let's go to music. Instruments. Instrumental only, please. Just going to pick something random. So what's happening right now is it's actually running the inpainting model on the device. So it's loading it up. And so since it's basically all done locally, it takes a little while, obviously. But that's kind of the fun part. So pick inpainting area. So right now it's selecting the microphone. It's selecting my face. It's selecting the background, my shirt. So I guess since something that could have a more dramatic effect would be this bottom one. So why not? I'm just going to select that one just to see what happens. So yeah, this is the Distiller One. Basically, it looks like this. And I would not suggest taking it apart unless you have all the right ESD material, because you could definitely short it just like the way I possibly did. I think I definitely did. And so, yeah, let's see. Wafer. The only thing I want is an AI accelerator chip add-on, bugging them to add PD charging and PCI power and the Helio AI card to make this run much faster. Yes. Yes to everything. Yeah, of course, anything to make it run faster. What I find amazing is the fact that these guys, like, it's literally two guys with, like, it's their side hustle. So, like, they have a full-time job and they were able to get this device out, like a board made, like faster than Rabbit R1 or some of these other companies who have millions of dollars in funding. And these guys are just like, yeah, we kind of just did this in like 10 hours or something. You know, it's like, bruh, really? This is insanely fast. So I think it's coming, from my understanding, that they're going to be able to get that stuff out there, because that'd be really chill. We definitely need that. So I don't know if you saw, there's like an M2 capability expander thing there. So definitely has the ability to expand out and do more things. Let's see what happened in Paint. I think it inpainted something. I just really can't see what it changed. Yeah, but that's cool. I mean, I'm a big fan. Let me turn on my lights again. That way you can see a little bit better. Yeah. Cool. This is chill. So if I hold the top two buttons, it does like an exit thing. Exit app, yes, please. And then there is the soul thing. I think so. Whoops, the gallery. I'm floating the gallery by accident. Oh, so the gallery is just like the other images I have on here. It's pretty cool images, actually. Let's go. So these images are generated from the game. I think that's one thing that we wanted to look at and see if we can do that. So I'm going to exit this app just so I can show you. So I have to hold the top and the bottom buttons and then hit exit. So for those of you who are just tuning in, I'm playing around with the Distiller One, and it's this thing that has an Eink display. So there's the game engine, there's Soul. Soul is, I think this is a game. I forget what it is. Actually, let's go to the documentation because I think it's on there. Development. Oh yeah, Soul Engine app. So Soul is TypeScript developers looking for AI capabilities and beyond. Open Souls.
Welcome to the first open source tutorial. open source framework and platform for building digital life. And we built an open source library of functions for cognition, perception, and memory that you can use and contribute to. In order to follow along with this tutorial, you'll want to know the basics of programming, but if you're curious about artificial intelligence, this is actually a great way to get started. And we also have a written guide if you prefer to learn that way. Let's get started. The very first thing we'll do is clone the community repository.
Let's see. I want to do something with
Server is the tip of the iceberg, and we're actually going to go in and change it a little more today rather.
Oh, so I see. So the Souls app is basically, they're saying it's an agentic embodied digital beings. So we can, unlike traditional chatbots, the code gives you AI souls personality, drive, ego, and agency. Okay. So the problem usually with chatbots is they kind of lose their context after a certain number of tokens, but it looks like they're able to bring their context in real life. So we're going to just say, I'm going to push this microphone button and talk to it. I am a spider navigating the world in the AI realm. And I'm going to push the little button now to stop the microphone. So it's going to, I think this is where it's going to talk to the API. And then, oh, here we go. It says this might be into some deep AI stuff. Interesting. Okay. No, this is not the game one. Yeah, this is just the souls. Let's see. What should I do next? Oh, I see. My speaker I don't think is working either. This person might be looking for connection purpose. Maybe I can help this conversation. Okay. Try to squeeze it. Oh, I see. Yes. Let's see. Let me also, let's try the other app, which is kind of the game one, which is really fun. So exit. I need to squeeze this tighter so that the speaker can probably work. Okay, so let's go to the game engine. The Soul lets you link to Soul Engine. You need to host a Soul server. I see. Okay. Yeah. I haven't got a chance to read that far yet. The reason they can do it is because being locally is in the source. They are legit right next to the manufacturing place, like down the road. The M2 adapter is currently underpowered, so it's only low-powered SSD. That's right. Oh, so I do remember this game last time. I wonder if I swapped the board. Because I literally remember talking about this game, and I don't remember, I guess, I don't know if it syncs across or how they would do that, but yes. So press enter to start the game. So I guess what I do is just start to the left here, and let's see what happens. Press any button to stop. I got to go. Have a wonderful time checking out. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Definitely. It's so cool. Rendering game. Let's see. You find yourself in a dense, mystical forest, towering ancient trees. And I push this down. Sway gently with the breeze as shafts of swollen sunlight through filter. Oh, cool. So it's basically the canopy of a narrow path winds through the let's see if I can get underbrush, inviting you further into the enchanted wilderness. Okay. Let's see if I can push a different button. Press any button to stop. Okay. Rendering game. This is cool. So basically what this is a dev kit. And these apps are written in Python. And what they're doing is the instructions are telling the display to draw and render a game. And it's using a language model or a diffusion model running on device to draw onto the display. And that's basically what we're seeing here. And so what can make this even more amazing, especially for developers, is the fact that you can SSH into the device, write some Python scripts, and then just make a new game. And so for me, what I'm mostly curious about is like, I'd love to just make this a camera, literally like a Polaroid camera where you just go to a party, take a picture, and it'll just show you the picture, and then you can just airdrop it to people or share it and stuff, because the display just looks really cool. Imagine having a photo of yourself in this like black and white world. That'd be so amazing. You know what I mean? That'd just be so cool. Oh, that's right. I basically have to tell the game engine what to do, and then it'll render the next scene. I totally forgot that. Let's see if I push the button. Rendering game. So, yeah. Let me see if I can exit out. So, yeah, that's kind of that there. So, yeah, for those who are or have been chilling around, have you been playing around with any AI hardware stuff? Have you been like tinkering at all with any the different things? Have you been like playing around with any of these like Raspberry Pi kits and trying to build your own stuff? I'm just curious, would love to hear from you and figuring out like, what you've been running into. And for those who are curious, this thing here is called I guess it's Pamir .ai. And let's see if I can. I think it's this. Oops, here we go. Distiller One. This is what we're looking at. So basically, this is the device here. And it's basically a dev kit. Simply put, it's a one-headed device that lets you deploy offline AI app or game, make it your own, and take it anywhere. So this is the chip that basically I took apart here and reassembled. And it's an upgradable SoC. Got the quad-core ARM Cortex. You have 8 gigs of RAM, Eink display, NFC, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 5 megapixel camera, audio, M2 expansion, and then the SDK basically allows you to put the AI model to run on their edge device. Of course, it's Linux based, so you can SSH into it as well. And yeah, so cool. So I think they also have some demo apps: offline stable diffusion, e-ink reader, AI segmentation in painting, Waifu Tamagotchi. What's this one about? You could tell this is an early version of the prototype. That's pretty awesome. Oops. That's cool. Yeah. Of course, the fan isn't that loud. Let's see. So yeah, that's basically this whole thing here. So you can actually, I don't know if the pre-orders I think are sold out. Oh, buy now, first edition. Cool. There's a founder's edition. There's a PCB only. And then the first edition is local pickup, out of stock. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so the local pickup looks like it's out of stock, but there's like 50, get your hands on the first 50 limited production builds. So yeah, they're doing like 50 limited production builds. And so you can get one of these or get a Founders Edition. So yeah, the Founders Edition is the one that I have right now. And basically, you know, it's like the earliest of supporters because I just love like tinkering with these types of things. And it looks like if you order one now, you'll basically get one by July 8th, 2024. So just a heads up if you're doing one of those types of things here. So yeah, that's kind of that. Let's see if there's anyone else on the stream and so forth. So yeah, basically we've been able to take this guy apart. I think I'm having some issues with the game. I should be able to exit the game here. So yes, this is awesome. And if I unplug it, it should just basically power down. Yeah, so there's an issue with the battery here. But yeah, so camera, you got the fan, you have like the speaker thing. Plug it back in. See if I can turn it back on. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Play some more beat and chill. I'm going to see if I can SSH. This is cool. Oh man, that song was so epic. Let me see if I can get some more like songs like the other one. It's too chill. Guess what, folks? We're in. So cool. Cursor server, Distiller SDK. Whoops. I forgot the layout of how this stuff works. Oh, boot up that SH. Okay. Read me. Just curious. Game config.json. Oh, okay. Cool. Examples. I think examples are where the app is. Yeah. Cool. So let's take a look at the camera paint. App. Camera. Boom. This is the Python. Oops. Let me put this up in some other Python. Cool. It's kind of my first time really taking a look at the source code. So this, I think, is the apps that are, this is the camera app for those who are wondering. I think it's, let me see if I can go to the bottom. Yeah, camera paint. So I'm just taking a look at the file. Distiller GUI, import Eink, distiller.peripheral.eink. Okay. So they call. Just curious where Eink is used. How does it draw to the display? Cam capture for the file cache. Okay. Oh. Home distiller models. Okay. In paint model config. Bad hand, bad face, worst quality. Okay. Sad prompt face. Okay. Masterpiece, best quality, a cute kitten. Oh, so I guess that's the in-paint prompt. So like whenever I took a photo and did that in-paint thing, that's basically, that was the prompt that was given for this. Temp in-paint PNG. So let me go back to the SSH thing. Whoops. Terminal. Cam capture image PNG book illustration. Okay. Ooh, temp enemy Zelda. Let's go. Drivers, firmware, GUI, peripheral resources. Script loader, Eink driver, battery. Oh. Just looking around. So you can just kill the main program and modify the files, and then virtual environments, run Python, run them. Got it. Ah, sweet. me see if I could change the mood. And then I want instrumental only. New picture in Paint display. Cam preview interface. Scroll GUI. Take picture. Pick segmentation. Render. Show text. Get initial image. E-ink with white. Oh, okay. That's awesome. It's awesome. Sweet. So this is basically the board. Subsystem breakdown. This is epic. Ooh, fan speed control, sudo nano, boot config. Let's check that out. What was it? Boot config. Just curious what's in here. Dang. Oops. Do not edit this file. This file you're looking for has moved to boot firmware. Okay. Let me just cat. It's like, I guess I shouldn't be editing it, but oh well, YOLO, right? Go ahead and comment some of all these enable. I do. You know what? This is awesome. Let's see if I can play around with Claude and see if it can tell me interesting things. Not Claude Sonnet, Opus. Actually, let me do Sonnet. Most intelligent model. Playing around with a... Boop. Let's go. So basically, I'm letting Claude cook. whenever you don't know anything, just paste it into like an AI type of thing, and then it's going to tell you what's going on. Ooh. Let's see, fan. Let me see if it. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm just going to move this aside. I don't think we need to do this here. All right. Just curious. I'm just getting dangerous right now. All right. Let's get the mood going again. I want to do more like an aggressive instrumental mood. Oh, there's V and V. Cool. This is awesome. Let's see if we can take another photo. Camera in paint. Yo, this is my old image. That's me. Display. Crazy, right? Loading models. Let's see if I can get a chicken. Oh, that's interesting. I don't see any. This is the message that I'm seeing right now in VM. I wonder, are you, where are these messages? Oh. Oh, a lot of models are loading. Let's see if I can check different things. So let's see if I can in-paint this microphone that's down below. So theoretically, the microphone should turn into a chicken if we're doing this right. So we'll see. Let's go. So for those just tuning in, I'm basically playing around with the Distiller One dev kit, and I got a new board upgraded. I may have shorted it out in the process. I basically got the Founders Edition, and what I was playing around with here, I was trying to do it like an in paint. So what I did earlier was take a photo of myself with this thing, because it actually has a camera in the back, if you can kind of see. And in the process of changing out the board, I may have shorted out the unit, or may not be pressing against the hold the speaker, so we'll be figuring that out. So the in painting, I don't think happened. Maybe it did, maybe not. All right, but yeah, so that's kind of my process there. If you aren't following me on Twitter yet, so I think X, you should probably do that. At RayFernando1337 is the place to be. If you want to get on YouTube, same spot, at RayFernando1337. That'll basically take you right to my channel. And I got a bunch of goodies. I also was able to play around with the AI pin. Interviewed the Crew AI founder, Joao Moura. It's really cool stuff. I also got the Friend AI wearable and making that happen as well. And so, yeah, basically check out my Twitter if you had a chance. Also, rayfernando.ai. And make sure you sign up with the email there. It's literally just going to be on my little tiny list. I have yet to send an email out to anyone. So maybe I'll do that soon. And if you want to know a little bit more about kind of the stuff that I've been doing, I'm focusing more on like tech, hardware. And I used to work at Apple for about 12 years. And now I'm on my own doing like AI stuff and just learning and tinkering with things and you know, playing around with the dev board and so forth. And I really enjoy meeting different people in the community and playing around with this stuff. So you get a chance to really just hang out with me. Today was just mostly going to be like a relaxed stream of, you know, me taking apart this stuff and putting it back together and just kind of hanging out with you and getting a chance to interact. So that's just kind of chill. Sometimes I'd rather just have a camera on and showing you kind of what I'm doing instead of, I don't know, just not having it on. So it's just more fun to include other people and chill and like, I don't know, hack away at things and stuff for us. So I need to get going a little bit, but I think what would be really fun later today would be to play around more with Claude, because if you haven't been following along, I saw a post from my friend AI for Success, AI_for. This guy's awesome. It's one of my good friends, Ashuto. And what's cool was that he did a whole breakdown of Claude Sonnet. So it's like, it is insane the things that you can do with Claude Sonnet. And this entire thread is just like a bunch of videos of everything that he can do like in like such a short period of time. And so what people are doing is that they have it like generate code, and you can actually run it here on the side. So you could just say like 8-bit Luigi representation. Within a couple prompts, they basically have like a full-fledged app that's just running. And like you can draw a unicorn in SVG. It can like make an app. The dude who has the Dingboard app is like, they've been able to reproduce that in code. And like, this is just its coding capability. So it uses 3.js to create a 3D solar system with physics and everything like that. Can you believe that? Like, if you're a kid growing up and you have this type of power in your capability to do what you need to do, you're pretty much set. You know what I mean? Like, this is absolutely incredible. So I want to play around with this a little bit later today, maybe even tomorrow and so forth. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit that bell, hit that subscribe. We're just kind of hanging out. Look at this. This is crazy. This is all Claude 3.5 Sonnet. People are saying that they feel like this is AGI. It's just that good. Last time I remember seeing something like this was similar to when ChatGPT 4 came out and people were trying to do different coding exercises. And so, I don't know, this is legit. See? Like, it basically can solve a pull request. You know, so that's kind of where we're at right now. All right, y'all. It's Ray Fernando. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Catch y'all later. Peace.